my Flosstube friends. It's time for another episode. It's time for another fun Friday Flosstube weekly update with me. I am Annie, Joy-Filled Stitcher, both here on YouTube and over on Instagram. And you have reached my videos and channel that's about cross stitch and other crafty things that I do. And this is Flosstube number 115, and it is Friday, July the 30th. We're nearly to the end of July. What is this? We're nearly to the end of July. But yeah, we're already back to another Friday. How awesome is that? So, I am here to share with you what I worked on this week. I did not have any finishes this week, and I did have one new start. I have the tiniest bit of Joy-Filled Stashy Stash, and I'll chat a tiny bit about plans. There's not much in this video because I have been mildly monogamous with my projects. I have kind of stuck to the same kinds of things. I also have fallen hard into reading books on my Kindle. I got a new Kindle with the backlight, and so I can read while laying in bed. And it's fantastic, and I love it. And so yeah, I've been plowing my way through. So those of you who've been with me for a while will know that I bought the first two Bridgerton books, and I just have not found time to get them in my hands and start reading. So I was like, I'm gonna try on the Kindle. Well, I have devoured. I mean, I'm not a super fast reader. My dad is a super fast reader. He's the type can read a 400-page book in a 2-day time period. But he's one that does what speed readers do, which is they skim. I read every word, and I make sure I comprehend it. If I don't, by the end of the page, I go back and I reread the page. Which is fine, to each their own, but it means I'm not a super, speedy, quick reader, which is fine. So I'm at about the 50% mark on the first of the Bridgerton books, and it has sucked me in. It's a little bit different than the show, but I love it nonetheless, and I have all the rest of them on my wish list because they have all been released for either Kindle or pre-order paperback with the new cover look, i.e. this. Am I going to get rid of the paperback? No, because the one nice thing is I can go back and forth if I feel like it. My new Kindle also has the option to switch back and forth between reading it and listening to it if I have the Audible book, which is awesome. It's called Whisper Sync. Like you needed to know that. You know, last week you learned all about my trash system, and this week you're learning all about my reading habits. That's not what you came here for, but I appreciate if you're kind and still watch beyond this till I get to the stitchy stuff. So anywho, thank you so much for joining me for another video. If you are brand new here or new within the last couple of videos, welcome. I am so happy to have you joining me. I typically film on Fridays, and I share, like what I said, kind of what I've been working on. I anticipate that come the fall, I will share more about knitting. I've been kind of getting the knitting itch, although it's 1,000 degrees outside, and I cannot bring myself to pull out any of my projects yet. And I'm not a very fast knitter, so there's not much progress to be had. So yeah, and if you are returning back for another video, whether it be, 2, 5, 10, 115 or more, thank you so much for coming back and hanging out with me again. We had a great week this week. We, Joy-Filled Little One did some day camps up at her school. So she did a baking camp, and then she did an all things Disney camp. I talked about that last Friday. I worked on some lesson planning, scope and sequence, curriculum stuff for my new position. And so yeah, early in the week, though I wasn't feeling super fantastic, I'm not going to go too into it. It's not like I was down and for the count. It's just I felt kind of run down. Anemia does that to you. But anyway, so I did some stitching, not as much as I would have liked. But that's okay. I'm feeling like the urge to stitch big time, as of last night and today, but I kind of went through a slump midweek. That happens every now and again. And that's okay. I've been dabbling in some of my other, crafty type things. I'm back into my planner game hard, Yes, like whole hog, and I love it, and it's fantastic. And so, yeah, I'm just kind of revitalizing some crafts. I'm excited because I am going to be participating in a quilt block of the month kind of project. I follow a stitcher slash quilter. She goes by Vintage Sew Gal, Sew SEW Gal, over on Instagram. She's awesome. She's fairly local to me, and she was telling me about a quilt shop that's about maybe an hour from her, and how awesome it was. It's a little further from me. It's actually close to where my daughter was at camp for that week. But she was telling me about some of the neat things they had going on, and she was sharing some of her purchases. Well, I went and fell hard. So I'm going to be participating in a block of the month starting in September. And then I also have one that's going to start in January that's a like either tabletopper slash wall hanging. Like you can do it either way. So let me, I should have had this pulled up, but I didn't. And so I apologize in advance that I'm making you wait. But it should not take me that long to find. But I want to share with you. I think it's block the month. So the one that I believe is starting in September. See if I can find it. That's not going to give me any results. Talk amongst yourselves. Oy vey. I think it's under this. Well, now I don't know. And now I'm like, meh. Anyway, it's really cool. It's a, oh, here we go. Quilt block of the month. It's a nativity themed-ish one. This should give it to me, I think. I say that. Now it's probably not. And I just think it's super cute. And it uses this Wonder Curve ruler thing. So I'm super excited to see what it's all about. I'm not going to put myself under any kind of like scrutiny if I'm not. There's the tabletopper listing. I'll have to share that with you. Okay, I'm not seeing the nativity one, so I will kind of figure that out and I might show it next week. But I do want to show you the tabletopper one because I'm super pumped about it. And what's neat about that is it's like it's not any one specific designer each month. It kind of showcases a lot of different designers. So you've kind of got like, this one is a Christmas themed one. There's like a winter star. You've got hearts. I think this one's adorable with the clovers in the heart. You've got the rabbits. I love this one. I'm guessing this is for May. I love this one. This one's for June. It's like the rainbow. July, red, white, and blue. August is some other cute like picnicky flowers. I like this shape of that one. This is September, which is stitching related, which I love, or sewing related. This is October with the pumpkins and the patchwork. And this is November. So I thought that was really cute. And I'm excited. They'll come like in a box with all of the materials you need. And so I'm super, super excited about that. I was going to look and see if there's a way for me to see. I don't know if because maybe it's like the pre-orders have closed on it. Maybe it's not available to look at anymore. I don't remember exactly what it was called. Maybe that's it. No, that's not it. Okay, well, anyway, I'll show it next week if I remember. Anyway, long story short, you know, I've been talking about how we were going to be going out of town, and that I wasn't going to be filming next Friday, that's all a wash. We decided that where we were heading, one of the main places we were going to be staying, and the types of things we were going to be doing was just not in our best interest right now. It's kind of become sort of a hot spot. And we were not at all concerned about air travel. We just decided it was not best. We all kind of had not sure. And because we were all not 100% sure, we were like, best to just back out now. Got refunds on everything. Everything's fine. So yeah, I will be here next Friday. It is what it is. So let me show you some stitching. Since I made y'all wait for that long period of time. So I apologize about that. I really did want to show you that one, but now I can't seem to find it. So maybe if we have time at the end, I will look and see. All right. So I worked some more on my Sea Dandelion. This is a super cute chart from Barbara Anna Designs. It is in the summer 2021 Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine. It is the current issue. I don't know if you can get a print issue anywhere anymore. I just do the digital one off of their website, and it works perfectly, and I love this so much. It is on 16 count chalkboard Aida. It's like just the Witchelt one. And I'm using 2 strands over 1 square of the Aida. And I spent some more time doing this unique kind of like coral sort of algae. I don't even know what you're calling that. And then I started working on this dandelion bit that's over here. And then I really only have just the large dandelion part here and then the tail that streams down. The majority of it is done, and I think it's adorable. I love the colors I selected. I did do some color changing, as I do a lot. And sometimes it's just because I don't have that called for DMC, and I'm like, well, let me just see what I've got in my stash that's close. So specifically though, I've been super impressed with, as always, Color and Cotton. This is Caribbean and Belize. Those are the 2 kind of tealy turquoisey colors I've been using. And then the kind of cool algae look is this one, which is Color and Cotton. Again, this is Razzle Dazzle. And then the dandelion is in this one that's called Candy Hearts. I've got a string of it right there. So yeah, Candy Hearts. And then I have just some of the called for colors. I did change her skin to be more pink instead of peach. It was kind of an orangey peach. I did her a pinky tone. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. I had a project that had a birthday over our time that we were away from each other, and it is a Teresa Koget piece. It was one of her pieces she did last year that was to help support brick and mortar stores. So you could purchase the PDF, and it was the funds, the profits from it were allotted to a specific brick and mortar LNS, local needlework shop. And this one I love. It's She Believed She Could, So She Did. And I think it's just called So She Did. I think it's still available in her Etsy shop. I did a little bit of color converting on it because this is for Joy-Filled Little One. This is on a super cool mystery die from Be Stitch Me. It's a 27 count Linda. And I finished out the rest of the pink flowers in her dress. And then I came up here and I did this kind of the low light in the hair and the eyebrows. And so as you can see, the hair I think I'm keeping pretty consistent. I think I have a Color and Cotton subbed in for the main hair color because I didn't have the DMC. Instead of her dress being black and gray, it is navy with pink flowers. And then we've kind of got a variegated turquoisey color. This is Rain Washed by Color and Cotton. So yeah, I enjoyed putting some time into that. I think it's on my Whip Go board, so it will probably come back out for some time at some point. Let me see. Oh, it did. It came. Just kidding. It was out in March, and it actually met its goal of 7 days. So I will maybe pull this back out this year. I don't know. We'll see. Then, of course, I am still working on this piece for my 25/7. It's Julie McConnell's fantastic idea. 25 minutes or 25 stitches a day, 7 days a week. I did Ink Circles Rosetta during the month of June when I was participating. This month I have been doing the 12 Days of Christmas by Satsuma Street. I don't know what I'm going to do for August yet. We shall see. But this is the version I am doing. When you purchase the PDF, or I think the paper chart also, but I purchased the PDF off of Satsuma Street's Etsy shop. This is version B, which is to give you ornaments. Version A is the same pretty pictures, but they're all in one. They're to give you a full piece. So since the last time we spoke, I have put the three French hen back on the Q-snap. I was going to work on this today. I was at a 5-hour birthday party. Yes, a 5-hour birthday party. And I was going to just stitch, but I ended up just reading off of my Kindle and chatting with one of the other moms. But I did pull out over this week and worked a bit on the 5 gold rings. So I've got, they overlap each other. So I've got 1, 2, I'm working on 3. There's 1 here and then there's 1 in the middle that kind of overlaps them all. This one actually doesn't have as much stitching as some of the other ones. Like this one had significantly more, and obviously I'm not done with it. There's a story behind that, but it's just because I ran out of cut lengths of floss and didn't have scissors, because, you know, always being cross stitch should also be included with ABC, which is always bring cross stitch, should also be ABS, always bring scissors. Or you could say ABC and make sure to have scissors. I don't know what all those letters are, and I'm not gonna make you wait for me to think about it, because my brain's a little fried. And then I had a new start this week, and so this is one that I got off of an Etsy shop called The Stitch Patterns, and it's You Are My Sunshine. So it's just a cute little stitch, and I'm stitching it, I think, in the Called For DMC on like an 18 count Aida from Color and Cotton grab bag, 2 strands over 1. The 12 Days of Christmas is on 18 count white Aida, 2 strands over 1 square of Aida. And then the So She Did is on the 27 count Linda, and it's 2 strands of floss over 2 threads of the even weave. Sorry, I forgot those details, and some people have said that they like that I share that. So I'm sorry I forgot. So I have a start, and my start is basically I went and single X'd. I did the first leg of all of the yellow stitches in the sun. So these are not crossed yet. So a few of these are over here. But basically now I've given myself a project where I don't have to like sit and count and focus. I can just, same thing with like the French hen. I can just fill in because I know where I'm supposed to stitch. And these are good to have, just, you know, on a lunchtime stitch or something like that. I actually took this one with me today, and again, I just read. And I only read for about 15 minutes. The rest of it I talked with one mom, and then I talked with another mom, and anywho. So that's all I stitched on. So let's chat a tiny bit about plans. So I do actually have a project that has a birthday today that I have not had a chance to stitch on yet. I will work on it this evening. This is a Doreen Jones chart. This is Joy, which is a really pretty, the way she did it was like an white or an off-white floss on this like natural linen. I'm trying to see where this came from. Okay, this came from the Ultimate Cross Stitch issue of 2018. Yeah, 2018 Ultimate Cross Stitch Christmas. Yeah. And this is on it's not 18 count. This is a 28 count Monaco. It is an even weave, and this is a hand dyed that I got from Oksana. She is a dyer that you can find in one of the stash unloading groups. I don't know if she has a website. I'm not sure. She might by now. And I just have a start on the O of Joy. And this is with Color and Cotton Dahlia, which is one of my most favorite colors. This is way more floss than I could ever need for this project. But I had a lot of it, and they're all the same dye lot, so I just put them all together. And there is some like black work backstitch in this as well. So I am doing the X's. That kind of came out squeaky. The X's in 2 strands over the 2 strands of the even weave fabric. And then the back stitch, I will look and see. I might also do 2 strands. I'm not 100% certain. So that I'm going to work on today at least, if not maybe more. Jessie Marie of Jessie Marie Does Stuff came out with the August Whip Go numbers. So Whip Go is her awesome idea she came up with several years ago and has shared it with all of us as a way to kind of meet some goals on projects. It's a bingo based. You can go find her group on Facebook. It's Whip Go 2021. It changed. Last year it was 2020. So anyway, this is what my board looks like currently. So I have anything that's blue or in the orange X'd is finished. So I'm happy about that. So for August, I had Pray. It was 8, 7, and 8 were the 2 numbers that were chosen for this next month. And I had Pray on there, which is the Teresa Koget, which I had made some errors in counting. And it was just frustrating me because I had tried to fudge it. There's no way to fudge that. So I've decided that at some point I'm going to restart it, but I need to give it a break for a bit. So I had subbed in Flea Market Flowers for that because that's a project I love working on and needs to get some progress this year. So my goal in August is 7 days on that project. No problem. Number 7 is 12 Days of Christmas Satsuma Street, which I've actually already met that goal. If I count all my 25/7 days, I probably have already met that goal. I had already done 7 days up until July 1st. But I'm just going to put 7 more days in for sure. I may even work on it as my 25/7 next month as well. I haven't decided that yet. But those are my 2 that were chosen. Square 7 and square 8. Now I will say, in looking at my board, I did not meet my May goal, which was Christmas Tree of Magic, which is 14 days, and I've only put 5 in this year. My other May one was Garden Club, and I have 2 days left I need to put into that. So my thought is, because those are not X'd out and have already been called, the other one is Santa's Trips, Sal, that was in April. I still have 12 days to put on that one. My thought is I need to make August and September, well, August for sure needs to be a catch-up month. So I am tempted to participate in Semi-Sane Stitchers, Uno, or Uno, which you pick 4 projects. You decide if you're counting or non-counting. I'm going to do a non-counting. So when they'll tell you kind of, you number your projects 1 through 4. You start with whip 1. The next day they say reverse, skip, kind of the Uno cards. And it'll kind of give you a prompt as to which project you stitch on. I'm going to do the non-counting version. I am not counting and I have no need to count anymore. I love just seeing progress, visual progress on my projects. A lot of people are doing counting because that just makes sense in their world. Right now, no counting. So my thought was for my 4 projects to put in my Whip Go pieces, which would be Flea Market Flowers, and my 12-day Satsuma, although I think I'm just going to do that as my 25/7, and so I don't think I'll actually put that in as my 4 pieces. And then I want to put in Santa's Trips and Christmas Tree of Magic, and so at least those 2, and Flea Market Flowers should have their goal met by the end of the month. Garden Club, I can just squeeze in 2 days, and then that would mean I only have to pick 2 other projects. So it would give me about 6 projects to work on throughout August. I have a couple, I think I only have 1 project with a birthday next month. And I think it's one I'll finish on the day of, and I'm just waiting. Yeah. I have 1 project and it should be finished its birthday, which is on the 3rd, which is this coming week. So I need to figure out what my other 2 projects are for Uno so that I can get those posted in the group. I did make my post. I just have not put in what my 4 projects are. So let me know if you're going to participate in that, or if you have something really cool you're working on for Whip Go this next month. I'm excited about what I have. I'm excited about the things still left on my board that haven't been called. Like, I'm excited. But I will say September and October last year, I started a lot of things. I had a lot of things with birthdays. So we shall see. how that goes. Fingers crossed the stars align and we can make it work. So yeah, that's kind of plans. That's what I worked on this week. I think next week you'll see some new things come into the mix because we're going into August, which is awesome. And I really don't have anything going on except maybe just working on some stuff for school and all of that. So yeah, we are now to the portion of this video, which is joy-filled stash time. It's joy-filled stash time, and there is not much in my bucket, and that is okay. That means I've been good. I got my last month, which is July. I decided to take a break from my Sulky Club, the 12-weight cottons through 3-owl threads. This is my last month that I paid for, so July. So I am not going to be getting these anymore. I've run out of room, and that's okay. And I had some duplicates, and I destashed those because these have a lot on them, and yeah. So I have some, looks like a lot of solids. In fact, I think they're all solids this time. She just goes in order of colors. So I've got cloister brown, cocoa cream, cognac, corn silk, dark jade, deep chartreuse, deep ecru, deep hyacinth, deep Nassau blue, which is this one, it's gorgeous, and deep purple. So lots of deeps this month, but it really has added, it's gonna plump up my collection quite a bit. I did place an order with Fat Quarter Shop, and I specifically went on to get some scissors, and of course I have none of them by me, but I bought some Ginger little small embroidery scissors, and I bought some little folding scissors for vacation. We're not going, so now I just have them in my arsenal. Actually, I can show you. No, I can't reach them. They're way that way. Okay, anyway. I also bought a 6-inch Q-snap and an 8-inch Q-snap, and I bought just a couple other things. I've been wanting to get one of these Charles Craft bookmarks. This is a 14 count Ada. I have an idea of what I might stitch on it. There is a chart on the back that they give for free if you want to do that. I don't know. So I just thought it was cute. And then I've been seeing this chart. It's a Little Dove Designs. It's Stationery Addict, which I love it. Love all things stationery. And Kimberly is doing her own conversion of it. And I think I either have all the colors or something close. So I will be pulling from stash on this. They do have a floss pack with the with her Gentle Arts substitutions. I have quite a collection of Gentle Arts, so if I don't have it, I will pull from Color and Cotton, or hey, I may just go out there and pull from my stash of Forbidden Fiber and Mystical Diamond Art and Color and Cotton. I mean, and all those Victorian mottos I got last week, which thank you all so much. I hesitated sharing them because I was worried that, I don't know what I was worried about. But I want to be genuine and sincere. And for that level of generosity, I don't feel like thank you is enough. And I don't really know how to express that. And so I hope that I conveyed just how grateful and thankful I am for this community and for people who send me things. It's never mandatory. It's never, you don't have to do anything. Just, you know, if you want to comment, comment. If you want to share a quip with me, share something quippy with me. If you want to share a joke. Or if you just sit and find enjoyment in me rattling on at you week after week, hey, that's awesome. I started this for myself. The fact that there are nearly 4,000 people that are subscribed to me, and maybe even more that watch a video here or there of mine, that's pretty incredible. Like, it kind of blows my mind. And this community just keeps growing, and there's just so much kindness and so much caring and generosity. And so for that, I am very, very thankful. And we're going to end with Angel Kindness card. These are from Teresa Koget. I love Teresa Koget. I love her art. I love everything that she has to share and put out in our community and other, like just the artistic community in general. Have I shared this one? I feel like these keep coming up, but I'm like deja vuing. Well, it's because I read them over the 52 weeks, but we're coming back to some of them. But this one's good for today. I think she's gorgeous. I love her little side pony. Kind of miss my side pony, but I also love my short hair. So there's that. And she's gorgeous. And it says some days, let me put her in the frame and me in the frame. Some days it's more difficult to find something positive. Keep looking, it's there. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. I'm trying to find ways to be positive, even on the days that kind of are like meh, where I don't feel so great, or where I'm just feeling kind of on myself. Like, there's something positive. One thing. There's something. It's like a positive thing today is I did not die at the 5-hour birthday party that was outside in over 100-degree heat, and my kid had fun, and she was appreciative of the experience, getting to go and having fun with her friends, and seeing her smile and giggle and play in the pool sold it for me. Totally positive. Am I wiped out and not wanting to do anything and needing a gallon of water? Also true. But guess what? I'm going to be hydrated, and I got up, and we're going to be positive. So with that, I will wish you a wonderful week ahead. I will see you next Friday. I am contemplating, before I go back to work, doing a kind of mid-year, we're not really mid-year anymore, but a whip parade, because it's fun. Because I have gone through and culled some things out. I also think it might be neat to kind of reflect on what I've finished so far this year. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I have time for and where I can put my energy. But I do know that for a fact, I will do a finish parade at the end of this year. I have not done that in the past, but I've been on kind of I've been chugging along with some finishes. So I feel like I have some things to share. So obviously we're looking at that in like January. But yeah, and we'll definitely do an end of the year whip parade or sometime around then. All right. That's all she wrote, folks, for this week. So I will say / sing. Let me get my palate cleansed, my salivary glands taken care of to get my singing voice so it doesn't come out like that was an interesting sound. So long, stitched well, I'll see you soon, my friends. Goodbye. That was not so great, but it's okay because it is what it is. And I love you guys, and I hope you have a great week ahead. And if you can't laugh at yourself, who can? So I'm going to laugh with you at that interestingness. So long, stitch well. I'll see you soon, my friends, next Friday. Goodbye. Bye.